Zach LaVine's name evokes dazzling dunks and clutch shots, but as we stand on the brink of 2024, one question looms large for Chicago Bulls fans: what will his legacy be? From a promising star to a two-time All-Star, LaVine's journey has been marked by individual brilliance and team struggles. Can he cement his place in Bulls history, or will he be remembered as a talented player who never quite reached his potential? Let's break it down. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's been on the minds of many Chicago Bulls fans. What will Zach LaVine's legacy with the Bulls be when it's all said and done? Zach LaVine, a name that's become synonymous with high-flying dunks, clutch three-pointers, and the hope of a Bulls renaissance. But as we find ourselves in 2024, with LaVine's future in Chicago uncertain, it's time to take a hard look at what his legacy might be in the Windy City. LaVine arrived in Chicago back in 2017 as part of the Jimmy Butler trade. At the time, he was seen as a raw talent with immense potential. Fast forward to today, and he's a two-time All-Star who's been the face of the franchise during some tumultuous years. But has he lived up to expectations? Has he done enough to cement his place in Bulls lore? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the positives. There's no denying LaVine's individual brilliance. He's evolved from a highlight reel dunker to a legitimate scoring threat from anywhere on the court. His offensive arsenal is diverse and potent. In the 2021-22 season, LaVine averaged 24.4 points per game, shooting an impressive 38.9% from beyond the arc. He's consistently been one of the Bulls' primary offensive weapons, capable of taking over games and providing that spark when the team needs it most. His two All-Star selections in 2021 and 2022 were well-deserved, marking him as one of the top guards in the Eastern Conference. These accolades brought some much-needed positive attention to a Bulls franchise that had been struggling to regain its footing in the post-Jordan era. But it's not just about the numbers. LaVine has shown remarkable resilience throughout his career. Remember, this is a player who suffered a torn ACL early in his career with the Timberwolves. Many wondered if he'd ever reach his full potential after that setback. But LaVine put in the work, rehabbed diligently, and came back stronger than ever. Off the court, LaVine has been a positive presence in the Chicago community. He's been involved in various charitable initiatives, including work with After School Matters, a nonprofit organization that provides Chicago teens with high-quality, out-of-school time opportunities. This kind of community engagement is something that often gets overlooked when discussing a player's legacy, but it's an integral part of what makes a player truly beloved in a city. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: the lack of team success during LaVine's tenure. Since LaVine joined the Bulls, the team has made the playoffs just once, in the 2021-22 season, where they were eliminated in the first round by the Milwaukee Bucks. For a franchise with 6 championships and a history of success, this lack of postseason impact is a significant blemish on LaVine's resume. Critics argue that a true franchise cornerstone should be able to elevate their team to consistent playoff contention, if not championship contention. Fair or not, this is often the standard by which NBA superstars are judged. And in this regard, LaVine has fallen short. But here's where it gets complicated. How much of the Bulls' struggles can be attributed to LaVine, and how much is due to factors beyond his control? Let's dive deeper into this. The Bulls' front office has made a series of questionable decisions during LaVine's tenure. From the ill-fated Garpax era to the more recent attempts at building a contender, the roster construction has often been flawed. We've seen LaVine paired with different co-stars and supporting casts, but the pieces never seem to fit quite right. The addition of DeMar DeRozan brought some excitement, but questions remain about whether LaVine and DeRozan's skills truly complement each other in a way that maximizes team success. Injuries have also played a significant role. Key players like Lonzo Ball have missed substantial time, disrupting any chance at continuity and chemistry. LaVine himself has dealt with various injuries, including recurring knee issues that have limited his availability at crucial times. So, the question becomes, is it fair to judge LaVine's legacy primarily on team success when there have been so many factors working against him? It's a nuanced discussion, and opinions among fans and analysts are divided. These diverse opinions reflect the complexity of LaVine's situation. Now, let's consider a few more factors that could influence how his legacy is viewed. In July 2022, LaVine signed a massive 5-year, $215 million max contract with the Bulls. This deal was a clear statement from both parties. The Bulls believed in LaVine as their franchise cornerstone, and LaVine committed his prime years to Chicago. However, with great contracts come great expectations. The size of this deal means that LaVine will be scrutinized more than ever. Every loss, every missed shot, every defensive lapse will be magnified. Fair or not, when you're being paid like a superstar, you're expected to produce like one and elevate your team accordingly. As we sit here in 2024, trade rumors have been swirling around LaVine. The Bulls' continued struggles have led to speculation about whether it's time to move on and rebuild. If LaVine is indeed traded, how will that impact his legacy in Chicago? Will he be remembered as a star who couldn't quite get it done, or as a talented player who was never given the right supporting cast? It's also worth considering LaVine's place in Bulls history. He's not Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen. Few players in NBA history can match their accomplishments. But where does he rank among other Bulls greats like Jimmy Butler, Luol Deng, or even Derrick Rose, whose promising career was derailed by injuries? Statistically, LaVine stacks up well against many former Bulls. His scoring average and three-point shooting put him among the best offensive players in franchise history. But again, the lack of team success complicates his standing in the Bulls' pantheon. As we wrap up this discussion, it's clear that Zach LaVine's legacy with the Bulls is still being written. At 29 years old, he still has time to change the narrative and lead Chicago back to playoff success. But the clock is ticking, and the pressure is mounting. On the other hand, if the struggles continue and LaVine is traded or leaves in free agency, he may be remembered as a supremely talented player who, for various reasons, couldn't quite live up to the lofty expectations set by the Bulls' storied history. Ultimately, Zach LaVine's legacy in Chicago is a reflection of the modern NBA, a tale of individual brilliance, max contracts, organizational challenges, and the relentless pressure to win. It's a story that's still unfolding, and one that Bulls fans will be watching closely in the seasons to come. What do you think? How will you remember Zach LaVine's time with the Bulls? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA analysis and discussions. Until next time, keep balling.